My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who is quite creative, and that can come through in a multitude of ways. So, whether you're a musician or a dancer, maybe you want to be a content creator, maybe you are a baker. There's something here, and it's probably tied to a person who's taking a risk. Maybe you're starting your own business, maybe you're applying for a program or a grant, but it has to do with creating beauty or creating something that others can connect to. And you have somebody who sees your skill set and believes in it. So maybe you're just applying for a loan, maybe you are opening a restaurant, but there's somebody here who really wants to be supportive and it feels like it's in a financial way. Hello, Hannah Bacon. Hello, Dracula. How we doing? Let's call on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time, and I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member, as well as how to get your very own homemade scented candle. It's soy, by the way, so it's better for your health and for the environment. And hello, Joaquin, how are you doing? Hello, Mzungu. Hello, Tarak. How we doing? Let's dive in. And by the way, these are new cards. These are the Yantra deck. Very excited about them being added. So, huzzah. Let's see what else we've got. I think we will continue with the Lucid Dreams Tarot. I am doing well, thank you. Hello, Luke. Hello, Rachel. What's going on? What else do we have? Hello, Michael. How are you doing? We have the Chariot and the Eight of Cups. So this reading is for somebody who is able to identify a pivot or an opportunity that takes them down a path that they may not have anticipated for themselves, because there is something about your current situation which has felt unfulfilling and it doesn't really tap into the natural gifts that you have, which is why the universe is challenging you to take a different path, or perhaps even start a side hustle and have kind of like a hybrid approach initially. So we have the Two of Wands and Judgment. If this reading is for you, you have been doing some major decision making, feeling like there's something else that you're called to do, but maybe sweating a little bit because it requires believing in yourself and taking a chance, investing in something that may seem a little bit difficult to pull off. Hello, Sabrina. Don't you worry, I got my Dr. Pimple right here. Hello, Steven. How are you doing? What else do we have? King of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Maybe you have a crappy boss. Maybe you have a family that isn't super supportive of your dreams. Maybe there are expectations from a partner or maybe even a friend in terms of what you're supposed to be doing with your life. And they might look at your goals and dreams and feel like they're unrealistic or, impossible. Just remember that oftentimes when people judge you for those kinds of things, it's often because they're thinking about whether or not it's possible for them to achieve those things. Well said, Manganato. How are you doing today? Hello, Joey. I'll be doing personal questions to those who do super chats after the general, which would be in about 30 minutes. Thank you, Umzingo. Oh, did I say that wrong? Any guidance on twin flame? And career. I got you. Hello, Carrie. How's your weekend? Good. I really try. I think it goes back to being called Cameron a bunch when I was younger. And I was like, where you getting the O from? Where you get these extra letters? What else do we have? The Star in the reverse. The Emperor in the reverse. There are beautiful things that happen. Ooh, I didn't really address these. 10 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. You may have felt at home or like you were doing what you were supposed to do, maybe following the book, right? Oh, I got this degree, so I'm supposed to have this kind of career. But when you feel unfulfilled or when you realize that a particular path may have just been a stepping stone to something else, it can be difficult to let go of that idea. Oh, that's so kind of you, Luke. We gotta find a fun way to hand that one out, don't you think? Luke, do you want to give me a theme like it's, you know, Jeopardy, and then I'll come up with a question to give it away? Is that fair? Like music or movies? Hello, Zen. How are you doing today? I hope you've had a good weekend. Oh, sleep well, Ash. Thank you for stopping by. So the Star and the Emperor are in the reverse because when you feel like you outgrow a path that you had expected to be what you were doing, it can feel real uncomfortable, like you're shedding a skin, right? And you have to identify the right way to make those plans. It can also be a little bit disappointing because, hey, you know, I went to school to do this, and then I ended up realizing I don't really like doing that. Or, you know, everyone in my family for generations, they've been doctors, and if I don't follow that, then they're gonna make me feel like I don't belong, right? So we have somebody who feels a little bit torn because it's like, I put all my eggs in this basket and now I'm realizing I want a different basket. Movies. Ooh, I like that. So a Halloween theme, and Hannah, let me write this down for you quick as well. Hannah Bacon. Okay, so for Luke's question, the freebie giveaway, the trivia is gonna be, oh gosh, this is tricky, you guys. Okay, you know what? We're gonna make it based off of Hocus Pocus. And I wanna know, what color was the flame in the movie? That's a pretty easy one. The first person to answer that gets the freebie question. All right, let me write down Hannah's. Would like to know about my personality and how to use the good traits to my advantage. To use good traits to my advantage. And thank you, Luke, for your donation. What do I need to do next towards housing? Updates on X. Does he think about me? Good or bad? Thank you, Hannah. And let's see if we've got an answer. Hello, Afia. Please feel free to put your request in the super chat or in a super chat. I'm pretty sure it was black. It looks like Rachel wins that one. Let me know what your question is, Rachel. Hello, how's it going, 8-Bit? I'm doing well, thank you. Hello, Cheryl. I hope you're enjoying your day. Did I say... Oh, hello to Hooks. What's going on? Hello, Carrie. All right, what else do we have? Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess in the reverse. So you've got to understand that once you start to build a plan in your mind or have this daydream of a different path, something that seems to make way more sense for you, and there are potentially people who don't agree with you, sometimes those people are not agreeing with you or are going to give you trouble for that because they feel like they had to give up their dreams. So how dare you have the audacity to chase your dreams, right? Because let me tell y'all, this makes sense to me in part because I had a kind of high-paying job, but I hated it. That's not entirely true. I liked what I did. I didn't enjoy some of the circumstances or issues pertaining to that job. In other words, people were a little bit unrealistic, or they were always trying to find a way to like not pay you your commission. But I gave that up because I felt like this is what I am meant to do, right? So you're gonna have people who look at you sideways because they feel like you're being irresponsible or you're giving up this money that you should have been making, or, oh, I'm sorry, you think you're gonna do well on YouTube? What? So take it from someone who has done a pivot like this. If you have the opportunity to do something for work that you are passionate about and that you feel drawn to, even if it takes a little bit of a hybrid situation before you can fully move over into that direction, don't you deserve the opportunity to do something for work that is fulfilling and makes you happy, as long as you can still find a way to put food on the table, right? Hello, Greg. You know, when you do all caps, it's a little bit overwhelming, but it also, for some reason, I pictured you saying that sentence like Jennifer Love Hewitt did, and I know what you did last summer. What are you waiting for? Just so you know, that's how I pictured it. Oh, I don't know about that, Greg. If your mission is to destroy others, you might need to find a different channel. We like the idea of lifting others up as opposed to tripping people, okay? Hello, Trendy. How are you doing? So beware, there are going to be people who have their own motivations, their own judgments, their own expectations of you. But you're closing out a cycle that didn't make sense. You're recognizing that there's something that is a better fit for your skills and what you would like to do for your community or your world. Maybe for some of you, this isn't giving up your 9-to-5 so much as finding a way to volunteer or give back to the community with your time, right? Hey, that's okay. We can agree to disagree, Greg, but I personally believe that if you're out here to send out negative energy to people, then you are the negative person. It's best to reserve your energy for the positive contributions and that journey of self-awareness than to get messed up in trying to send negative energy to anybody else, right? Save your energy. Hello, Shayla. How are you doing? There's enough people out there who want to curse people or throw other people under the bus. It's not a good use of your energy or your time. That's gotta be exhausting. Plus, a lot of people know how to feel all on their own. They don't need your help. That's awesome, DFA. Did you like them? That's awesome. Hello, Dylan. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm sorry you look at it that way, Greg. Maybe if you watch my channel a little bit longer, you might have a little bit more of a positive take on it, right? Hello, Brandon. That's a hilarious request, but I don't take requests. And also, who can sneeze on command, bro? Like, what? Well, to be fair, I did really need to sneeze this one time, and it was irritating me, so I like poured a little bit of pepper in my hand and then like breathed it in. That was a horrible idea because I think I sneezed like 20 times in a row. Hello, Kylie. Are you being awful right now? Or are you saying you also would like to buy some of my candles? Pick one. The other one's probably gonna mean you get timed out, just so you know. So I'm gonna delete your comment and encourage you to be respectful in the live chat. I continue to hope that you change your position on that. Hello, Sandy. How are you doing? So we've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse and the Empress in the reverse. This is somebody who's close to you. It could be a parent, it could be a partner, but this is somebody who doesn't believe that you could pull this off. And I just want to say, if you are loving and kind and you want to see somebody be happy, I think it's a big slap in the face if you don't understand how important that support is when somebody is contemplating a change like this. We can be realistic. We can say, hey, that takes a lot of school, or hey, that's going to make things difficult as far as finances. But there's got to be a way to find a middle ground, right? Thank you, Luke. Will I find the Sally to my Jack one day? I love that. I sure hope so. We'll see what the cards have to say for you. I like that. Thank you for contributing that, DFA. Yes, that's true. This is the Yoshitaka Mono. I hope so, Aries. You can put your request in a super chat if you would like me to add it to the list. Hello, Nat Nat. Nat Nat's giving you a good example. Whatever comes out. Nat Nat, I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Hello, Hannah No Bacon. How are we doing today? Aries, do me a favor. Please don't repeat your comments, okay? Crystal, I don't know if you think you have control over my situation, but you don't. I'm not really sure what we're doing there. Hannah, hold the bacon. All right, what else do we have? We got the Five of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So the question is, are you going to let somebody tell you that you're incapable of achieving something that means a lot to you, or are you going to choose to continue down that path? Because with the Ace of Wands, this is saying you have what it takes to be successful. And then the Six of Wands comes out. I love that. Oh, thank you, DFA. I appreciate you. I do definitely have a few different kinds of candles on hand. Hello, Miss Cherokee. How have you been? I hope you're doing well. So we have Death and the Queen of Wands. You're going through a change. You're going through a metamorphosis. And like, I don't know, like any other transitional period, there's going to be some discomfort. If you have a trip that you're taking and there's a connection, that's never as fun as just getting on the plane and knowing that when you get off the plane, you're in the right city, right? If you have to worry about missing your second flight and maybe having to like figure out a replacement option, that's never fun. It's normal for it to be a little bit uncomfortable. And it may require you know, hybrid situation like I was talking about, where you keep the 9 to 5 and you get things started on the side hustle. And as it grows, you might get a little bit stressed, but it's getting you into position so that at some point you can make the like full transition over to that new role, right? We've got the Tower, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords with the Emperor in the reverse. It's not going to be an overnight switch. There's going to be the idea, there's going to be the planning, there's going to be the getting things figured out, and it may require a little bit of a pay cut. It may require sacrificing some of the hours that you used to spend watching like Gilmore Girls or Star Trek. But it's worth it because it's putting you in the right place to do what it is that you're meant to bring to this world. So you got this. You can do it. This is Under the Oak. Did I say hello to Friendy? I think I did. Hey, LBJ, do you know how to do anything but ask inappropriate questions, or is that like your main shtick? Just curious. Do you also ask people when the last time was that they had diarrhea, or is that just like, is that too much for you? Chill, homie. We got Temperance and the Eight of Swords. You're dealing with somebody who had to give up their dreams. I referenced this a couple weeks ago when I talked about School of Rock, where Sarah Silverman's character was a bummer. I don't really like her to begin with. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. But I do feel like she encompassed that role quite well in terms of like poo-pooing other people's dreams and like, when are you gonna grow up? When are you gonna get a real job? Sometimes there are people who struggle to understand what makes you special because they have given up whatever gift or ignored whatever magical path they could have followed for themselves, and they get a little jealous. So don't let that get in your way. Thank you, Shayla. Let me add that for you. For highest good. I've added that for you. Thank you. And hello, Gab. How we doing? Is Sharina also grieving parting ways? I've added that for you. Thank you, Gab. Hello, Azad. If you would like me to pull cards for you, you can put your request in a super chat. Thank you, Gab. I agree, Shayla. It's got to be crispy. Closer to jerky. I like it. Two of Swords, Queen of Wands in the reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So there are people who don't have, like, what's that movie where they're like, I've got the magic in me. And if you go down that path or believe when they tell you not to believe in yourself that they're right, you can lose that capacity, right? So you're approaching this crossroads moment where you have to decide if you're gonna do the like kind of boring, predictable, this is what I guess I'm supposed to be doing, versus believing that you could actually invest in something that's a little bit different. Like, keep those dreams alive, right? Did I miss it, 8-bit? Oh, I'm so excited for you, 8-bit. I hope the website goes well. We listen and we don't judge. Yes. Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Chariot. You might have to take a gamble. It's like, okay, so I've been watching MasterChef, don't judge me. It's like when Gordon Ramsay first like cuts into the fish or steak or whatever it is to see whether or not the protein was cooked properly. Like, is it raw? Is it medium rare? Whatever. And you can see the people just kind of like, I don't know yet. Is it gonna do what it's supposed to do? You're gonna have a moment like that. Maybe several, where you're like, I don't know, is this gonna go the way I want it to? And if you don't believe me, go back and watch some of my old videos from 4 years ago. I was not as confident, okay? I was scared. I did research for 3 months, okay? In part because I'm thorough, but also because I was terrified. I don't really like social media, okay? I don't have a social media account where I'm posting pictures of myself. That's just not something I do. So to like actually commit to doing a YouTube channel where I show my face and, you know, put myself out there in terms of what I love, it was scary. You're gonna have a moment like that where you're gonna feel tested, you're gonna feel under the microscope, or gosh, I don't know if this is gonna go well. Are people gonna like my cupcakes? Are people gonna like the paintings I create? And that's okay. It's part of the journey for you to realize just how talented and incredible you are. But this Six of Swords talks about moving into calmer waters. You get over the nervousness. You start to feel more confident in what it is that you're supposed to be doing, right? Yes, indeed. In fact, before I started this reading, I lit some sage and it has lavender tucked into it. And like the whole chunk of lavender fell into my candle. Oops, it's gonna be smelling real lavendery up in here. All right, so we got the Ten of Cups in the reverse. I like that, Luke. That works for me. Which one? I don't know which one I want the answer to be, actually. Ten of Cups in the reverse is paired with the King of Pentacles. You don't realize it, but what you are drawn to do, what you dream of doing, not only do you have an innate ability to do that thing, you have the ability to be successful and like make money doing it. There's someone who wants to be supportive of you. That second card that I pulled was generosity and giving. There is an investor here. Somebody who wants to help you with a loan, or somebody who's going to be a very consistent customer of yours. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Three of Swords in the reverse. You take this leap of faith. You hold your breath because you're like, is it bad? Did I do it? Did I do that thing? You're capable. You're absolutely capable. I don't know. She's a little bit mindless. Is that what you're saying? Hello, Co-Create. Hello, Terry. Oh, I love that, Miss Cherokee. I have a fox tattoo on my shoulder. I don't know. Does that mean anything? Of course, I have a phoenix as well. Oh, you guys, I don't know. Got it. Hold on. Now I gotta fix my chair. All right. Life was easier when I had a rolling chair on a wood floor, but that's okay. Empress in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles, King of Wands in the reverse. You're gonna need to meditate or assess the market, do some research. It's gonna be a combination of your logic and your understanding of the world in combination with your gut. Where are you pulled towards? What do you feel is the right thing for you? There are some things that people do on YouTube in order to get more views that I don't do. I'm trying to be subtle. Am I being subtle, you guys? Is it working? Because that's just a boundary for me, right? So you have to find your own voice. You have to find what makes sense for you with this pursuit, but I know you're going to be able to. That works, Luke. Hello, Mario. How are you doing? Oh, that's so cool, 8-Bit. All right, so last one from this tarot deck is the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This is not some, 2 hours a month kind of investment. For some of you, you're going to some sort of school or getting certification. For others of you, you may need to find a mentor or shadow with somebody who is already doing what it is that you seek to do. There's going to be a cost here. It doesn't have to necessarily mean it's financial, but for some of you it is, right? And that's where we see the people who are serious about this and the people who are maybe just like kind of trying, but not really aware of what kind of investment they need to be making. All right, this is the Shadowscapes Tarot. Nope, hold on. Spellcasters. I almost messed that one up. Hello, Jean-Jacques. How are you doing? That is rad. What else do we have? Eight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a card that is often associated with love. It can also be associated with self-care, but it can also be talking about creativity. You have a gift. You are very skilled at doing something that other people don't necessarily understand or lack the confidence to do themselves. Maybe you're the next best ice skater. Maybe you are meant to make quilts. Or what's another thing? Maybe you're gonna be a famous drummer. Hello, Peggy. How are you doing today? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Ooh, and you know what? You've just shown up at the perfect time, Peggy, because I just remembered that for a reading like this, the Frida Kahlo cards would be super appropriate. So thank you for showing up. We've got Strength and the Eight of Cups in the reverse with the Knight of Swords. You're gonna have to be prepared to be patient. It's going to be kind of like inconsistent traffic on a highway for a long road trip. Sometimes you're gonna be going 80 miles an hour and other times you're gonna be going, 2 miles an hour. This isn't going to be a straight shot right into success and here's everything that I need. But when you have that determination and that will to be successful, you're gonna find a way to make it work. And I do see there being somebody here who wants to help you be successful. Somebody who has ideas or money that can help you land where you want to. All right, let's get a view from these Frida Kahlo cards. It's true. Hello. Hello there. How are you doing? Should I call you Patootie? It's kind of fun to say. If you would like me to pull some cards for you, I'm a couple of minutes away from starting personal questions. You can put your question in a super chat. Hello, Frederick. How are you doing? All right, so the last few for the general reading. These cards are gorgeous, by the way. This is the back of the card. It says, make a journal of your creative destiny, a very beautiful, intricate picture of your dreams. Here's the back of the next one. You are stronger than you think and know more than you think. Be curious and determined. I think for the majority of you, I don't have to tell you to be curious. I think you already are. I think that's why you're here. Ooh, no. Rachel, would you mind repeating it for me? I don't think I do have it. Hello, Black Magic. How you doing? You belong to life. With love and reverence, you will find the peace and harmony of this. Here's the back of it. For those of you who don't know anything about Frida Kahlo, she was a very out-of-the-box artist. Like, she was not making art that looked like anybody else's, and much of what she created tied into the things in her life, like a major car accident, I believe it was a bus crash, that impacted her life. And I feel like that's part of what made it so memorable and distinctive and beautiful, was it was taking pain and turning it into beauty. Hello, Jack. How are you doing? Can you not yell, please? Maybe a couple of lowercase letters in there. That would be great. Let's dive into personal questions. We've got Mzungu. I probably said that wrong. Sorry, Mzungu. Then we have Rachel, then Hannah Bacon. Then we've got Luke, Nat, Shayla, and Gab. Let's start with the Dragon's Tarot. Ah, yes. Channel idea. Will it be successful? Beneficial to others? And me. Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. For Mzungu, we've got a request for guidance on twin flame and career. We'll start with the twin flame portion. That's awesome, Luke. What do we have for Mzungu, please? What is going on with the twin flame? We have Justice, 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, 6 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse, and the 8 of Swords. There seems to be a battle or a major decision that needs to be made, and this could be for both of you. But with the 9 of Pentacles being in the reverse, the advice here is do what you can to get more grounded and have a better tie to the intuition that is trying to guide you. Because I do feel like there's something here that would be successful, and you may be expecting it to be the opposite. There's instability, there's chaos, and there could also be some emotional maturity that someone is still working through. And with the 8 of Swords, there's a sense of, you tell me this, but I don't really know if that's true, right? Hey, Jack, I don't think that's really news. But fun story. Did you know that the story of the resurrection is something that is repeated in several different religions across the world, and Jesus would be the most recent example of it. But yes, we do require religious tolerance in here. You might want to look up, though, the story of Horus, Horus. It's kind of cool. Hello, Savage. How are you doing? And Greg, let's be respectful, okay? We also have the 7 of Wands and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. There is an issue here of jealousy in this twin flame connection. Is this going to be resolved? This is the question mark. If we have some emotional immaturity or some instability, is this going to consistently lead to, disconnection or arguments and jealousy? Or is there a way to improve upon the communication in that connection? 5 of Cups is in the reverse. So we have someone who doesn't want to regret how they handled things. It's looking like we want to actually make sure that we don't leave an opportunity on the table just because it's scary to be vulnerable. So I see the 4 of Wands. There is somebody here who is leveling up and claiming more emotional maturity, and I love that. So this could very well have a positive impact on the jealousy that has been problematic in the past. Yes, exactly, Zen. Another example. No, Hannah, we're just on the first one here. There would be one after this one before yours. Hey, Jack, let's not try to, get people to believe your faith, okay? You can enjoy the reading, or you can move on and find a different place to talk about your religious beliefs, but it's not really the place, okay? And what do we have with regards to career for Mzungu? Page of Wands, Temperance, Four of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 2 of Wands. So kind of tied in with what we had for the general reading, there is communication and planning that enables a two-prong approach. So I see you having 2 revenue streams. It's not easy to balance this, but I see you figuring it out. With the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, there is a sacrifice required. It could be, you know how I kind of joked earlier, you might have less time to watch Gilmore Girls or Star Trek. This is saying whatever that sacrifice is, it ends up being the right thing for you and paying off. Shayla, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 before you. We like that you do that, Rachel. Thank you, Savage. All right. Did y'all know that tarot first appeared in the papal court? I hope that's helpful, and I wish you abundance in Mzungu. Yes, exactly, Ms. Cherokee. I think there's so much that we can do to appreciate other people's beliefs without having to, judge or feel like they have to believe the same thing. Part of what makes this world beautiful is the patchwork quilt of that, right? All right, let's see what we have for Rachel. We're gonna go with the Santa Muerte. Very much so, Rachel. I agree. And it's more about how you use those beliefs to interact with others. Is it so you can judge people, or is it so that you can better understand and lift people up? All right, we've got Rachel next. The idea for a channel that Rachel has been working on. Will it be successful? Will it be beneficial to others? And good for Rachel. Yes. 2 of Wands, 10 of Wands in the reverse, 7 of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Wands. Beautiful energy. Opportunity, creativity, a way for people to find their truth. For people who have been in stressful situations to feel a sense of being understood or feeling like they can put together a plan. So this is saying to me inspiration. It will be a challenge. It will not be a walk in the park, but it will be a challenge that is rewarding. And I see this enabling you to better understand that emperor side within. So there's also something here that seems to be, the way I'm seeing it is like a line and then a break and then another line. So it's like something that you may have done in your past or something that you may have been really curious about or interested in when you were younger comes back into the fold with this pursuit. Hello, Grindhard. How are you doing today? Hello, Elisha. How are you doing? Exactly, Savage. I hope that's helpful, Rachel, and thank you for all that you do here. Let's see what we've got for Hannah Bacon. This is the Soul Cat Tarot. Like I said earlier, Rachel, go back and look at some of my first videos. I was trembling. I was real nervous. And that was when I could edit. You know, like if I said something stupid, I could go through it, just like delete it. Here I'm like, did I just say that? Oh no, oh no. You'll get it. It has been. Thank you, Grindhard. How's your weekend? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. So for Hannah Bacon, what does Hannah Bacon need to know about personality, her personality, and how to use the good traits to her advantage? This is delightful. You have a way about you where you know the right words. I'm not saying every single time you say the right perfect thing, but what I am saying is if you were ever in a situation where you were doing like a customer service role, or like for me, this made me think of bartending, because there were times where I would have to like kind of walk the line of being a bit snarky or delivering bad news, like that's gonna be your last drink tonight because you're a little bit too tipsy. You know how to put a good spin on things, not like lying, but you know how to choose the right words or deliver difficult messages and, you know, let somebody know what they need to work on in a positive way. Do you see this? This is the Six of Wands. That talks about success. So you have a way, because of your personality, of being able to communicate or deliver messages that other people would royally up. You know what I mean? Devil in the reverse. This is primarily because you don't get caught up in trying to judge other people for what they may have done wrong. You come across as very relatable. So because there are so many people out there who struggle with communication, one of your standout traits is your ability to have those tough conversations. We have the Magician and Death in the reverse. You also have an ability to see things through to the end. Maybe you procrastinate. Maybe you have to put an alarm on your phone so you remember to actually put away the laundry that is now done and folded. But I see you being able to complete the cycle, being able to finish the job. That maybe doesn't sound like much, but do you know how many people out there don't know how to finish a job? A lot. Savage, I'm reading for those that have done a super chat. No worries, Zen. I'm glad you got home safe. I don't know if it does count, Luke, but I think it's funny. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so Hannah, last little bit here for you is we have the King of Swords in the reverse and the Sun. The Sun is also in the reverse. I see you being very skilled at working with people who are in a bad place. People who may be depressed. People who may be a bit acerbic or cantankerous. Again, this is just like really zeroing in on your ability to choose the right words, choose the right tone. You know how to talk to people. Don't you just want to tell this cat all your dirty secrets? Go on. Yes, what were you saying? Of course not. I'm not going to judge you, but I need to know all the details. Please, will you tell me? So perhaps this means there's a way for you to delve in a little bit more on the counseling side. Perhaps you're able to do like nursing. I don't know. There's something here though about how you put people at ease. So what does Hannah need to do next regarding housing, please? Four of Swords and the Wheel. Take more chances. Cast a wide net. I'm seeing 4 specific programs that are a potential match for you. So if you have not got 4 in your sights or 4 that you are working on, then know that that's the number, right? Thank you, Hannah. Zen, that sounds amazing. I'm totally gonna do that someday. Hopefully not for a long time. And what about updates on Hannah's ex, please? 3 of Pentacles. The Hierophant in the reverse. This is somebody who is staying at work late just because they don't want to deal with their partner. Thank you, Savage. I hope it's okay that I'm calling you that. If you want me to call you something different, you let me know, okay? Message from the divine. I got you. Dragon, I like it. So basically we have somebody who's like, what? You need somebody to come in on Saturday? I got you. What's that? You're going on vacation? You don't want to work that double shift? I could do that. This is somebody who is, or, you know, like, I got to do the landscaping. It's going to take me all day, and I'm going to be wearing earbuds so I don't have to listen to you and your voice. We have somebody who's very frustrated, not wanting to deal with their partner. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 10 of Pentacles. So if this isn't something I really want to invest in, I need to find a way to make more money. I think this is somebody who plans on saving up money so that they can get their own place. And does he still think of Hannah? Yes. Is it good or bad? Is this saying sad? We got the 2 cups in the reverse. If you were to ask your ex would be like, no, it's a good thing the way that I think about you. But you and I, the way we would view this is like, man, I wish being in that relationship because you did everything for me. You like cooked for me and you like tied my shoes and you told me when my hair looked bad and you like, you know, did all the cleaning. Did I do a good impersonation? Sorry. He would probably think this is a compliment. But I look at this and it's like, oh, so I enabled you to be codependent? Boo. That's not a good reason to be thinking about me. Like, why don't you just do your own stuff? Like, maybe you need to wash your own undies, you know? Sorry, guys. I'm getting all opinionated and stuff. All right. Sorry for being all judgy. Anything else? 3 of Wands in the reverse. Life was so much easier because you did everything for me and I had like more time to play video games and pick my nose. I'm gonna get slapped through the phone. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I love you. You know you deserve better than this person. Does he still think about you? Yeah, but it's like disappointing. Like, excuse me, you forgot that I'm beautiful. You forgot that I'm hilarious. You also forgot to mention how I inspire you to be a better man. Oh, cause I didn't, cause you just wanted to stay at that same level. Okay, I see how it is there. Sorry. You deserve better. Aaron's like, just wanted to let you know I washed my own undies. I love you. You deserve better. And we are rooting for you. All right. And I'm proud of each and every one of you that washes their own underwear, okay? Let's see what we got for Luke. Thank you, Hannah, for putting up with me. Will Luke find the Sally to his Jack? Will Luke find the Sally to his Jack? Interesting. Yes, if you decide to compete, which is kind of a weird answer, but what it's looking like to me is you find somebody that you're interested in, and I am not telling you to be a homewrecker. I'm not telling you to steal somebody's girl, okay? What I am telling you is you see somebody that you're interested in, and you're like, oh, I bet she's got like 6 dudes on her roster. There's no way she'd be interested in somebody like me, so I'm just gonna like keep it moving. I'm sorry, how do you expect to be in a relationship if you never tell people that you're interested in them? Just curious. You're gonna see somebody and you're gonna be like, ooga. Is that the sound? I think that's the sound they did in the cartoons. And then you're gonna be like, there's no way. There's no way that they would like me back. Yes, they would, but you have to have the confidence and the composure and probably like something funny to say, and then you go approach that person. Because it could be that this is somebody who quite frequently gets noticed, gets attention, but doesn't get asked out, right? Did I say hello to Aaron? I feel like I did. I called out what your funny comment was at the very least. I hope you're doing well. It's true, Savage. What else do we have? Justice and the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so I don't know if you smoke, but this card has a dude smoking. And it's funny because also Miss Pam Grier is looking smoking hot there with the fire behind her, right? This is like when you see this very attractive Sally potential, I want you to take a moment, deep breath, and I want you to say, I too am smoking hot. I can approach this person and I just might get a yes. This is saying take a moment, deep breath, say something confident. Remind yourself that you wash your own underwear. And then go for it. Because if you don't tell someone you're interested in them, and this doesn't have to just be for the dudes, right? Ladies out there, you know, maybe you could also like tell people if you're interested in them. But if you just walk away because you assume that that person wouldn't be interested in you, you're not going to get that Sally relationship. So you got this. I believe in you. How do I say this? I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. I don't know how to do that. Okay. It's literally making me cry laugh, okay? Could I maybe request, I don't even know if I could email this to you. Why are you sending me this message? Okay, maybe it's not so much smoking a cigarette as composing yourself bodily. I can't with this. It's the Ace of Wands in the reverse, okay? Put it together. I'm sorry. I didn't ask for that message. But this is saying, like, take a cold shower, I guess in public or something. Cool down a little bit. And then you'll have something to say. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend you with that, Luke. I didn't choose that card. It came out on its own. Are we still friends? Because she's going to be real attractive, okay? You're going to be over here, like, maybe bring one of those fans, right? Okay, I got to move on. Luke, I'm rooting for you. I hope you find your Sally soon. Make sure your hair's always looking good. Make sure you shower at least, like, I don't know, once a week. I'm just kidding. Probably daily. Daily would be good. Okay, cool. Thank you, Luke. Rachel, you guys, I'm literally crying. Hold on. I need to compose myself. All right, we got Nat up next. Whatever comes out. What does Nat need to know, please? What does Nat need to know? Thank you, Erin. Excellent. It was a joke, Erin. Leave me alone. Nat, what do we have? Oops. Knight of Wands in the reverse. 10 of Swords. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. 8 of Wands. Is this an X? No. So what I'm sensing, Nat, is there is someone around you who has recently had a relationship end, hence the Ten of Swords. This person finds you irresistible. So they're like a dog that's got off their leash and they see a pile of treats and you're the pile of treats. This is someone who's trying to figure out how to talk to you. This person has not dated you before, but they might still need a little bit more time before they could get into a relationship and actually approach it the right way, right? Hello, Terry. I don't really do like I don't put myself in a box like that. But I would say that I'm very much so a believer in you get the energy that you put out, right? Which is why I'm funny. Four of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. So basically what this is saying is we have somebody who's going to be admiring you and trying to figure out how to approach you. They're very attracted to you, Nat, but they're not quite ready yet. This is like a half-cooked burrito situation because they're still dealing with some of the fallout from that breakup. Maybe they're in the midst of a move. Maybe they're literally getting divorced. But when they make an offer, this would be like, sure, we can go on a date. How about October? Maybe you don't need to delay it that much, but you need a little bit of time, or rather they do. Maybe you do too. But this is saying there's no rush. There's a good potential that the two of you could really hit it off and enjoy each other's company and be in a happy relationship. But if this person is trying to rush, it's a no from me, dog. Because yes, they're in the midst of healing and they take healing very seriously, but there is instability that needs to be addressed first. This would be like if somebody asked you if after the date they could come over and hang out at your place. Hopefully it's not the first date, not judging, I'm just saying. And you're like, I did not clean my place well enough to have company, especially when I'm trying to like look good to you, like you're judging me on everything. Their house ain't clean. They don't get to invite you over yet, right? They need a little bit more time. I literally have hatch peppers in my refrigerator right now. I love hatch peppers. Yes, I think you're right on that. Hello, Ventura. How are you doing? Yeah, I add them to like my fried rice or my pasta or my omelets, you name it. I also really like serranos. Okay, so basically, let me just make sure I understand this person's energy a little bit more. They're coming through, they're coming through as the Fool and the Magician. We got to be careful with judging people who come through as the Fool, because this can, yes, mean somebody who is like leaping a little bit prematurely, right? Which is what we're talking about right now. But this is somebody who's very capable and self-aware. They just need a little bit more time. That's all. So no rushing. Oh, I wish I could grow my own. I don't have the space for it. I used to grow my own jalapenos. I miss that. But I love that for you, Miss Cherokee. And I am getting hungry. I have not eaten dinner and it's almost 9 o'clock. We're going to get there in a little bit. So we got Shayla up next. This is the Connolly Tarot. And good luck to you, Nat. Hello, is it Star Girl? How are you doing? Excellent entrance into the live chat. And I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Ventura. That's awesome. Dude, Rachel, I was literally just talking about making enchiladas tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna have the time for it. We'll see. So for Shayla, what is the general message that Shayla needs at this time for the highest good? We have the Star, the Magician in the reverse, the Two of Cups, the Emperor, and the Hermit. So what I'm seeing is a friendship and an ex. It's mostly positive energy, but I feel like there's someone here who, do they need advice? Okay, so you have an opportunity to gain some dharma or good karma. And this opportunity is something that you have learned from your own experience with your own ex or exes, is a tidbit that would be very much so appreciated by a close friend of yours. So this is saying earn some brownie points by being there for a friend who is going through it. This person would benefit from hearing how you have handled things and how you have moved forward despite feeling stuck with a previous relationship. This person, it's like, maybe I know what I'm supposed to do, but I can't figure it out. Maybe this person's related to you, but I'm feeling like heavy on the friendship energy. You have learned something valuable that this person needs to know. And when you stop to help this person, or when you have a little bit of a priority on making sure this person is healing and growing, it helps you with your own healing energy and your own progress. So they're going through it right now. I feel like you either know already or you're about to find out that this person is struggling. And when you show them the ropes, or you tell them your own story and you offer up some like a shoulder to cry on, this helps you deal with some of the karma that you may have to work off. So donate your heart to this situation. Help this person understand that they're not alone. And this will bring in abundance for you. Yes, I totally agree with that, Erin. So I love that. Someone's going to benefit, and so are you. Let's see what we've got for Gab. We're going to go with the Marseille Cat Tarot. Yes, exactly. Is Sharina also grieving parting ways with Gab? Good point, Zen. Yes, she is. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Cups in the reverse, and the World in the reverse. So there's still things that make Sharina think of you. There's still things that, it's like, I wish I could tell you this story, or I wish I could ask your advice. And I feel like there is this hope that, hey, maybe things aren't completely done yet, right? Maybe there's unfinished business here. Maybe we can find a way to fix this down the line. Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. I think there's a desire to heal this. It's about timing. Let things kind of calm down a little bit, and then the, attempt to bury the hatchet goes well. Joey, I don't have you on my list. Did I forget to add you? Did you do a super chat? I do not see it. I'm scrolling. Scrolling. Ooh, it won't let me go back any further. Joey, I don't have you on my list. If you did a super chat and I don't see it, take a screenshot right now and you can email it to me, but I don't think there was one. You could still do one now and I will add you to the list. I've got one left though, so I will be signing off after that if I don't see it. Yes, I like that. So give it some time, Gab. I do feel like the two of you are going to reconnect. All right. This is the Bianco Nero, and we got Savage up next. Thank you, Joey. Let me add that for you. Does Maria still love me? Are we getting back together? Thank you, Joey. Oops, I wrote the wrong word. Don't worry, I figured it out. Thank you, Joey. Oh, you're so welcome, Erin. Thank you for joining us. All right, so for Savage, what is the message from the Divine for Savage, please? What message does the Divine have for Savage? We have the Tower in the reverse, the Page of Swords, Ace of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Wands in the reverse, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like you're about to hear that you pivoted or walked away from a situation at the right moment. Because the Tower in the reverse, this is you avoiding some sort of fallout or an argument, or, you know, like you left work right before the worst customer came in. You know what I mean? Like you dodged a bullet. So you're about to hear a story, or someone's going to complain to you or tell you that, you know, you made the right choice. Maybe you put in an offer on a house and it ended up being an awful choice and you find out about it afterwards. But you're about to hear like, good job, because you made a decision to pull back, or like, that's not what I want to be doing, or these aren't the people I want to be spending time with. You made the right call. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. You were like, no, I think I need to go back to the drawing board and make a different choice. Maybe this is about somebody that you thought about dating and they, you know, if you like reject somebody, sometimes people are like respectful and chill and have like enough self-awareness to not be like, how could you do that? You're such a piece of, can't believe, you're so ugly. I didn't like you anyways. And then other people, when you reject them, they'll be like, hey, that's fine. You know, like sometimes it just doesn't work out. That's okay. You're gonna see either a meltdown, or you're gonna hear about somebody like lying about the car they were trying to sell you, being caught. You made the right choice to go back to the drawing board or say, this isn't for me, right? You're like, thanks, but no. Maybe it's changing your job. But you're gonna find out that there's something better out there, or that this new direction that you chose, well done, high five. Crisis averted. Somebody else is dealing with that problem, not you. And I like that for you. So, I don't know, go like celebrate. Give yourself a high five. Look at me, I didn't fall for that. Well done. You listen to your intuition. So when you hear about this thing that didn't work out or that you chose not to pursue, just know that there's going to be an offer or an opportunity right after that news comes through to you for something better, and this is saying, let's pounce on that, okay? Because your intuition is going to have a message for you at that point too, and it's going to be like, green light, let's do this, like pedal to the metal. I need you to listen to that. Aww. Hello, third eye. Is it just your soul? Good night, Erin. I hope you're having a good one, third eye. This is the Earth and Bones Tarot. Good luck, Savage. Way to listen to your intuition. I'm proud of you. And let's see what we got for Joey. Well done. You made the right choice. All right, so does Maria still love Joey, please? Does Maria still love Joey? Yes. Temperance and the Star. So I don't know if there is, I don't want this to come across as judgy, but I feel like there is something related to mental health here that causes for there to be, you know, days where I feel very differently, and it's maybe a challenge to understand where you actually stand with this person, like how they feel. This is a good day. This is like, I'm thinking about how you did this, or how we laughed about that, or how we had the other thing in common, right? Hello, Seasons of Life. How are you doing? Hello, Dylan. My name is Carmen. So this is someone who I think has also had a dream of you recently. And it's becoming a little bit irksome or frustrating that there's distance here. But I do feel like there's also a problem in terms of like that inconsistency or that like kind of moodiness. Thank you, Hannah, for the week ahead. I got you. You're welcome. Thank you, 8-Bit. That's very kind of you. All right, and then will Joey and Maria be getting back together? This mindset is more positive. So this is saying, yes, your ex is thinking about communicating. The most important thing is to be very honest with Maria. That's what she's looking for in order to make that decision. So I am crossing my fingers for you. I hope that that comes to fruition for you, Joey. We're rooting for you. If you all can send some positive energy Joey's way, I appreciate you. Oh, I'm sending healing energy and protective energy towards your grandchildren and children. Let's see what we've got for Hannah. What is coming this week for Hannah, please? You as well, Joey. What is coming this week for Hannah, please? Four of Wands. Is this regarding work? There is a good thing that happens at work. I feel like this is you being recognized for hard work, or maybe even a conversation about your pay. This does seem to have a little bit of a negative outcome in terms of how a coworker views you. In other words, I think somebody gets jealous because you get some, either you get paid more or you get, you know, highlighted as like employee of the month or something. Somebody is jealous because you are given an opportunity or like held up as like the example. That's what people should be doing. But I see there being a positive like leveling up with regards to your work. And I also see there being somebody that wants to provide assistance or guidance to you. So this could be someone who's like, hey, why don't you shadow me? Or hey, why don't you, you know, read over this? This is what helped me to get into this role. So I see a person who really respects you or sees a lot of potential in you. But the downside is there's a coworker who gets jealous of this. Oh, that's such a good song, Rachel. So be cautious. No, like, happy dance. Just be aware that there's someone here who is maybe going to lose their patience or be a little bit frustrated, seeing that you have the confidence, or, you know, somebody else is very supportive of your advancement, right? All right, y'all, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for laughing at my jokes. Thank you for hyping, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.